All right, tonight we're gonna check out this knife here. This is, oh, can't go to that just yet. Thank you, Smoky Mountain Knife Works, for sending this to me, smkw.com. Really appreciate everything y'all do for the channel and just extraordinary stuff that they do for us and for you guys. But this is about the Kershaw, so let's get into this.
Please hold. Jimislash. Please hold. Please hold for Jimislash.
Okay, here we go. Here's the box. There you go. Not much to look on the box. Typical red Kershaw box. Oh my gosh, this knife. This is the Kershaw Payout. Now, do me a favor before I get into this. Go ahead and like and subscribe and do all that stuff, and helps the channel out and helps you out too. But the Kershaw Payout. Now, I thought I was over assisted knives. I really did. About 4 or 5 years ago, about 5 years ago, I really started buying knives off Amazon, and some of the first ones I bought, one of the first ones I bought was the Kershaw Piston, which is still an awesome knife. And then of course I got into the Oso Sweets and all those, and I was really into assisted knives in the beginning, but I kind of got away from that in about a year or so. I just started getting into the non-assisted knives with the decent action and whatnot, and I pretty much stayed away from it. I mean, there's the Knockout, and there was the Link, not the Blur. The Blur will kill you. The Blur's trying to murder people. But I really kind of got away from it and didn't really embrace any assisted knives too much. There was the Cold Steel. What's the Cold Steel? The Swift? Is it the Swift? Cold Steel, makes that one, and then there was one by the Ontario, the Utilitac, that was assisted. That's an awesome knife too. But I just kind of got away from the Kershaw assisted, and in fact, I've made a point really not to buy too many of these unless I was buying them for PIF or for giving away and stuff. However, I saw this one and I had to check it out, and holy heck, it's like when you sit down on the couch and you're 40-something years old and you start getting into maybe your old cartoons again, and you realize that they're not bad, and you kind of like, that's what this is. This is like finding an old lost love. This thing is such a cool knife. So if you want the short version of this video, go grab this knife. This knife is awesome. If you want the long version of why, sit back and I'll tell you why. Let's get into the blade real quick. 1, 2, 3, about 3.5 inches or so of that D2 steel. It's pretty cool to see Kershaw doing some D2 stuff. A lot of people, poo-pooed on their HCR 13 and the whatnot from what they were doing with that. But so they got some good D2 steel here. Awesome stone-washed look there. Got kind of a harpoony, what do you call that? Like a harpoony clip point, maybe. Got a little swedge there cut out. Check that out. Some really appropriate jimping back here. Now, right here, this makes a lot of sense. This would make a lot of sense if there was just a tiny bit of a cutout here, but I'm not going to poo-poo on that too much, because this jimping really, really helps out a lot when you're using it in this position. So check that out. Got a little bit of Kershaw there. Just a tiny bit of writing back here. All right, and this thing is super snappy. I mean, it's going to be because of the Speed Safe Assist. Was it Speed Assist? The Speed Safe, yeah, Speed Safe Assist. And the reason I like this Speed Safe stuff is because it's still a one-handed knife. So you're going to get it closed right here on its own, and then you can just close it all the way with your thumb. So it's a one-handed knife, and a lot of the automatics out the side and regular assisted are not going to be, they're going to be pushing from this point. So you're going to have to fold it down against your leg or bring it in the other hand. And that's not a huge deal, but if you're looking for a one-handed type knife, this is definitely a one-hander. So check that out. All right, let's get into the handle here real quick. Check this. So what we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right at 5? Yeah, sorry about that. So 5 inches of, now what up here we got stainless steel. So you got this stainless steel, mostly like a frame, Down back here, it's a little bit liner, but stainless steel frame here. And then you got some, oh wait, no, it's a stainless steel scales, because then you got a frame on this side. So you got a stainless steel scale on this side, stainless steel here, then you got a stainless steel liner that goes all the way back, catches this G10 where that is inserted there, on there. And then, oh, what's really cool is you have these anodized aluminum inserts here. So you got the copper anodized aluminum there. So it looks really like, I thought it was copper until I started looking into it. They did a really nice job anodizing that. You got the pivot ring here, and then you got the lanyard tube back here that is in fact anodized copper. The handle is really amazing, really well thought out. It gives you I usually don't like a whole lot of pre-notching because of my fingers, so I like a sweep, or I like a little bit here. This one's actually got a finger cut here, a little finger cut in here, and then a place for your final two fingers here. And it works really well. Even with my chunky fingers, it works really nicely there. So check that out there. And then left-handed, which is where I'm going to be using this primarily, it works awesome. It's just fine. My fingers find a great place on that clip, which is going to be an issue for some of you lefties that like to chitter chatter amongst yourselves about knives that don't have left-right compatibility. And you will look on the websites, and this will say left, right, but it is not. And I will show you. Now, I had to look long and hard because I didn't want to make any assumptions or anything. I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can get this on camera here. But on this side, let me see if I can get that right. I don't know if you can see. On the clip, there are two screws that go into this scale here. And inside of the scale, let me see if that will help. That does not help at all. That just blinded half the audience. On this side, and it's a little cutout here so it fits flush inside that scale. And there's two screws. Now on this other side, there's a little hole where this screw comes through, this base screw here for the G10 to stay on. But there's not two screws. And then on the other side, there is not an insert where the clip would not interrupt or get messed up by that lanyard tube. So it is not left-right compatible. It is definitely a right side only. But once again, you lefties, look, you're pulling this out just like this. So you're pulling this out of your pocket like so, and it's used. You're using it. I mean, you don't understand what the big deal is. You're pulling it out like so. This is exactly how you're going to pull it out of your pocket. And then you're there. I don't get the big whine about knives that you, even if you had to stick them in your pocket like that, even if you're just using the, I don't use the clip a lot, which I guess is why I don't talk about a lot. But even if you are using that clip, that deep pocket carry clip, a deep carry pocket clip, there you go. I know how to say it. Even if you're doing that, you're pulling it out right here, and then boom. So sleek, you're out of the pocket, boom. It's not a huge deal. It's just a matter of getting used to it. You're gonna miss out on a really cool knife if you don't. Now the price point of this is right around 60 bucks for a D2. Really, really cool, really comfortable, super locked up knife. This knife is really locked up. All right, let's check out couple more things. Let me turn this light off so I don't hurt anybody's eyeballs. Let's get a coupon here. I'm gonna show you, this thing came super sharp. Did you guess the coupon? What'd you guess? Oh, I bet some of you guessed. So there you go. Cuts right into the Harbor Freight. Oh, squeaky. Check that out. Check that out. Oh, gotta know how to cut these things. I'm pretty convinced there's a size you can't cut on, but look at that. So that's right out of the box. That's not stropped, that's not sharpened, that's not anything. What's that you say? Does it cut the belly hair? Well, let's find out. Here we go. All right. Yes. All right. Another bald patch. Now I look like a goofy dragon on my belly. All right. There we go. Check that out. What else we need to check out? Let's check out the pocket clip. I didn't check that out yet, so I don't know for sure how that's going to work out. Let's put it in our makeshift pocket here. Here's our jean pocket. with the thick fold over thing there. Oh man, that's easy. Look at that. That goes right in your pocket. Check that out. It's gonna hold on nicely because look, watch. You're gonna reach in, pull it out. It's super smooth and super easy to, but it's really secure too. So you're good to go. A little bouncing. There we go. All right. So I know a lot of people aren't into assisted, and I totally get it, but you're gonna miss out on this knife. I love this knife. Okay, so when I found out this knife was coming to me, I looked it up a little more closely, and I found out that, in fact, it was speed safe. And I wasn't disappointed, just because, you know, having a knife in the mail on the way to you is always awesome. But I wasn't sure what to expect. I loved the look of it, and I was kind of curtailing my expectations on it. And I'm not glad I did, but it's kind of cool that I did, because when I got it, and I'm not even into flippers right now, and I really dig this knife. I dig this knife a lot. It's comfortable in my hand. I like the position of it. I love the accents. I love the 3 different colors. You got the silver color and the copper color and the black. I like I can't think of anything about this knife that I'm really negative on. So the price is nice, 60 bucks for that D2. Some really nice highlights on this thing. If you're into the Kershaws, like the Link or like the Knockout, then you're gonna like this one a lot. All right, what do you think? Have a look-see there. Have a look-see there. I'm gonna give me a little lanyard with the. I'm gonna start carrying this thing. I like this a lot. You'll start seeing it on Instagram feeds and Facebook posts and everything else. Let me know what you think. Is speed safe? Is the assist just going to turn you off too much to get it? I think if you do that, you're going to miss out on a really cool knife that you really would have liked. A lot of you, especially if you got a bigger hand. If you got a bigger hand and you're looking for something to hold on to, this is a good one. It's a good one for it. Let's see if I can get that in there. There we go. All right, let me know what you think in the comments below. And I think that's it. This is the Kershaw Payout. And I'll talk to y'all later.